Hi everyone, thank you so much for hopping into my YouTube. My name is Adwoa, and in today's YouTube section, we are going to be discussing the step-by-step UK school application guide for February intake 2026. Yeah, I had to put it as February because I know that sometimes it categorizes under January and February. That is the spring intake. Yes. So when it comes to the UK, it's actually like four intakes. Sometimes you can come in September, October, September. You can come in January, February. You can even come in sometimes as early as December. You can even come in through May and June. Yeah. So in today's live section, it is going to be like a step to step application. And I want to take you through the documents you need and everything that you need to know with regards to the application. Please bear in mind that I am streaming live on three different platforms. I haven't integrated Facebook yet. This on my left is my main YouTube account, and on my right is my soft life girlies, my soft life YouTube. I'm sorry, TikTok. Yeah, both are TikTok, and then this is my YouTube. Yes. So the people on YouTube are going to have the actual experience we're going to talk about. If you're on TikTok, you might not really feel the vibe. What am I say? So if you really want to understand what we're doing, you have to come on to the YouTube. Great. Now, let me explain to you the reason why I decided to put this on my hat out to you here. When I was coming to the UK, I came as a student, and this is exactly my second year in the UK. And to be very, very honest with you, I wish I had someone to take me through even my school applications. I didn't get anybody. I had to do it by myself. But it is very, very good and crucial for you to have someone with you who can tell you exactly what to do so that you know whether you are being misguided or you are going wayward or you're tripping or you are on the right trip, like on the right track. Do you get it? So it really, really helps a lot, especially if you know somebody that has been there before and then the person is guiding you. It becomes very easy for you as a person to follow suit and then come within the same route. Yep. Now we are going to discuss the application process. But before we discuss the application process, I want to take you through the necessary documents that you need. And please bear in mind that this YouTube section is going to last for only maximum 40 minutes. And if not, we are going to be doing it for at least 1 hour. Are you getting my point? Yes. So Sede is asking that, am I reading? No, I am here looking at YouTube and you are here on TikTok. So I can't look at your face because it is recorded on YouTube. So as you here. So Kwame is asking, how do I apply for the UK school? We are going to do that. I'm going to show you a step by step. And yes, I do have some points here that I need to go through so I don't trip or go off what I need to talk to you about. Because because on a normal day, if I don't put my things in order, I might end up saying some stuff and leaving the important stuff out of it. So that is it for you to understand. Is that okay? Okay, okay. Now let's proceed. Currently, we do have about 6 people on this YouTube, and this is quite amazing. It's quite interesting. Clap for yourself because you're doing very well. Unlike the TikTokers there, you play the serious ones, and I hope to see you here next year. In the next 6 months, I should see you here. Lovely. So the first thing that you need to do is to prepare your document. When it comes to document preparation, you need to have your degree certificate, okay, your degree certificate and your transcript, all right, and your transcript. The reason why I mentioned emphatically and specifically the degree certificate is that you can do, or you can come to the school to study a bachelor's degree, but is it worth it? We're going to have that discussion later because to me, I don't see the need for you to come to the UK, pay thousands, 10,000s of pounds for a bachelor's degree, whilst you can do it in your home country, safe and sound, without no pressure, come to the UK and then just do the masters for a single year. It's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of stress. I've done a video on it on YouTube and I'll redo it again if you haven't seen that video, and that is on period. Okay, now the next thing that you need to know and have is your passport. Wopɛ sɛ wotu kwan ɛba aborɔkyere but wonni passport, wonni krataa na ɛbɛtintimi so ama wo no, wɔbɛda na waba. How are you going to come to this UK if you want to travel and don't have a passport? Like, explain to me, make it make sense. All right. So one of the things that you need to know is that if you want to come abroad, yeah, you need to have your passport. And then even with a passport, you need to make sure that you have a valid Alex, I'm talking to you directly. You need to be aware that you need about 6 months of expiration. So let's say you want to come to the UK in February and your passport is expiring in March. Like how? No, you need something that is going to put you on for the next 6 months. Okay. So let's say if you want to come in February, that means you should be looking at somewhere your passport expiring in the next year, in the next year, June or July. All right. At least it gives you the buffer time to look for how to do yours, like to look for how to do an upgraded one instead of not having the passport at all. Do you get it? Yeah. But it is also advisable that if you can, do one, because me, when I was coming, I did one and I have like about 10 years extra time on my passport. So I don't need to be going to look for a way to do a new passport whilst I'm in the UK. And please bear in mind, every kind of every kind of passport document or travel document you have from your home country or from anywhere, you need to update it on the e-visa. This is very, very important and crucial for you to know, because if you are traveling outside the country and then you want to come back to the UK and that passport you are holding, that passport you are holding is not the same as that of on your e-visa, they will not allow you to go through. Please bear in mind, you're also the reason why UK is changing immigration laws. I am not an immigration advisor. I am just here to let you know my experience and also let you have a safer journey, because I don't see what I'm doing wrong. If I had this opportunity, most definitely I would not have found myself wanting in a certain aspect of my life. Updating your passport before you come to the UK is not going to affect any immigration standards or any immigration rules. It is just for you to know what you need to know, because there are a lot of people out there who do not have any idea of what we are doing. And I'm not here to sell anything. I am just here to share my experience. Thank you so much, Kavia, for the information. I really appreciate it. Now, let's proceed to the next thing in course. After you have gotten your passport and you also have your certificate, you also need to have an English proficiency letter. What we call the English proficiency letter can be from your university. If you have gone to your university and you have like an English proficiency, it can help you in as part of it as the document you are. They shout out if you're no, I'm not an immigration advisor, and I'm not an immigration advisor. I am telling you what I did, and that is how you can do it. Right. Thank you so much. I think I would have to put you on hold for a while because it's quite disturbing. Thank you so much. Yeah. So the English proficiency that you need in response to your application, you can use your WIAC. If you have gone to SHS and then you've done your degree, yeah, you can use your WIAC as part of your English proficiency. So according to my research, if you have a WIAC of English results of about C4 or and above, you are eligible, because on a normal day you are supposed to be able to speak good English. It is just a way of letting them know that you can speak good English. And you also need to update your CV in an academic form, because if you're coming to study in the UK and then you do not have your CV written in an academic form and you have probably written it in a professional form. It doesn't show that you are coming to study. It shows that probably you have your other things that you want to do, but you are coming here to study, and that is the most important reason why you need to write it in an academic form. So you write it according to your level of education, and you add your professional or your voluntary services in addition to that. Great. So some of the courses too, you need to also add your work experiences to it. Sometimes, let's say if you completed HND and then you wanted to do something like master straight away, you need to add something like your work experience, all right, to it, to make them know that at least when you completed the school, you added a bit of work into it, so you know what you're about, and then this is why you are coming to do the masters. Because on a normal day, before you even do a master's program, you need to be in that field. So let's say I went to uni to do a real estate course, all right. So I've completed the real estate course, and I have done something like I'm working with maybe a real estate firm. So that is where you have to do your masters, by advancing yourself just to know exactly what you want to do, and then go back to it and then proceed with it. That is the basic meaning of doing masters. Is that actually advancing in your career and then proceeding otherwise, and proceeding accordingly to what you studied, so that you advance yourself in your career. Because on a normal day, let's say I did real estate in 10 years and then I still want to do it, but you need to know that the world keeps changing, things keep changing, and that is why the advancements and learning courses is very, very important for you to do. So if you have the bachelor's degree, that alone is not enough. You need to advance yourself just to meet up with the current trends of the global networking, like of the global situation. Yes, exactly. And I think those are the things that you need. And also, you also need a reference letter. So for the reference letters, it is quite important for you to get them from your your lecturers. Okay, so on a normal day, if you are writing a reference letter, or if they are writing a reference letter for you, the school wants to confirm that you went to that particular school, and then this lecturer knows you as a person. They know your capabilities, they know your potentials, and they know what you are in for, and they can vouch for you. That is actually like the reference letter. Okay, and sometimes what some of the universities in where I come from Ghana, what some of the universities do is that they would give it to like the head office, and then they'll look through your transcript. So if you're somebody that does not like learning, or has like something like bad grades, it can sometimes affect you, because they're like, I carry no on peace school, but do you get it? But then if you have like good grades, they know that, oh, this person, we can vouch for this person, because at the end of the day, this person will not go anymore as a school, and it happens like that most of the time. Please, can I use WASI to enter university in the UK? You can do that if you want to do the bachelor's degree, but then the truth of the matter is that I have said it that, is it possible to apply for let me answer this question first. Okay, you can do that, but it is not worth it if you can do the bachelor's degree in your home country and save yourself some money. Because if you come to do bachelor's degree for 4 years, that's going to be, let's say, £15,000 times four. That's about £60,000. That's huge. But if you're already here, I think a different something applies to you. It applies to you differently. Okay. Yeah. But if you are not in the UK, if you're not a citizen, and then you are outside of the UK, it makes it quite different and expensive, because paying £15,000 is not a child's play. Because bear in mind that you'll not be working full time, you'll be working like part time. It is not mandatory for you to work at all. But if you want to, you can only work for like part time. And that part time you're going to do, it won't allow you to be able to make that amount of money to pay off the fees you are owing, because you have other expenses and other things that are going to come up. All right. Yeah. So please bear that in mind. Great. Okay. So normally what you do is that we have three ways of applying for a school. When I was coming, I only knew of one way. That is applying personally. I wish I knew other ways, but the only way I knew was applying personally. So you can apply directly through the university's portal, and then you just put in your details and everything that we discussed, which includes your CV, your personal statements. I didn't talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Your personal statement, your letter of recommendations, your transcripts, and then all of those. You can put all of them together and apply directly through the universities. Some of the universities would also want you to apply through UCAS, but normally the UCAS is it comes right after like the Chevening scholarships, and then all other applications have been sorted, and they have like, let's say, a buffer for people that haven't already applied. Then that people can apply through the UCAS here. But let me see whether what I'm saying is actually right, because maybe there is more to it that I do not know. Lovely. All right, so they're also saying that the primary purpose of UCAS is to manage applications, acting as a centralized system that connects students with universities. So I also realized that one thing about UCAS is that you can apply for two or three or four, and then you can compare them, and then you choose the best thing that helps you. So it aims to provide comprehensive service to people to make informed choices about higher education. Sorry, offering guidance, managing applications, and ensuring a fair and transparent admissions process. So that is basically that of the UCAS. And some of the schools also apply through agencies, like they have renowned agencies that they do apply through. So let's say some schools like York St. John's University, you can't apply directly. You have to apply through the school's registered and known agencies, and that is how it works. And normally, after you're done with the application, you have to wait for your results. Okay, they're going to give you let's say an unfortunately, or they are going to give you a congratulatory message, and based on the congratulatory message it can be an unconditional offer or a conditional offer. So it means when you have a conditional offer, that means you have some basis that you need to meet. Okay, so if you have a conditional offer, that means that you have a basis to meet. Let's say on the condition that you provide this and this and this documents. If you don't have a conditional offer and you have an unconditional offer, that means Odem. That means you are getting ready to get your cars. All right. When it comes to the cars, yeah, sometimes some of the schools will allow you to pay your initial deposit, and you should also bear in mind that the initial deposit differs from school to school. Okay, so some universities will take less than will take £1,000. Some of them will take less than £5,000. Some of them will take more than that, depending on the course you're going to do and how much your fees also sums up to. Yeah, that is how they can let you know the amount you're supposed to pay. And when you are done with that, the next thing is that you will receive your cars. All right. So when you are receiving your cars, the cars is a unique reference for you. It consists of numbers and letters, about 13 numbers and letters long. Yeah, that is what shows your unique reference, and that is what you can use to do your visa application. Great. I know I'm going fast because I need to also let you know that we have to do like a, a sample for you to understand. All right. So when it comes to the application of the visa, that is going to be a different thing altogether. But then the most important thing that you're supposed to know is that you need to have your bank statements ready, your TB test, your passports. Like I said, your passport will be needed here as well, and your cards. All right. And then you attend your biometrics, and then you wait for a decision to be made. Decisions are made in my pajamas, top of the morning matter. Okay, and then normally you have to wait for a month or two, sometimes 2 days, sometimes 3 weeks for you to receive your decision after they have sorted that through. Now, the next thing that you need to know is that you need to plan your accommodation. Accommodation, sometimes it is very, very important for you to know exactly where to find accommodations from. All right, so we have some student accommodations like Amber. We also have Uni Acco. We have a lot, depending on the city you are going and the province you are going to, you can find them there. And when it comes to like a generalized one, we also have like the spare rooms, the open market, yeah, something like that. So you can also get those ones from there as well if you don't want to go in for the student accommodations. All right. Now we have different types of universities on the market. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So we have different types of universities, but I would advise that you know what you want. Okay. Let's say you have gone to school to do home economics, yeah, and then you went to university to do business. So probably when you're coming to do the masters, you should know exactly what you are looking out to do. Probably you want to do something in management, business management, or like something in relation to what you have studied. So you don't entirely deviate from what you are currently doing. So Alice is asking, how about application fee for master's degree? You didn't talk about that. So on sometimes or majorly, what I have seen is that some of the UK schools do not charge or they don't have fees for their applications. All right, they don't have fees charged for their applications, their school applications. It is mostly entirely free. Unlike other countries that I have experienced, you will have to pay for the application fee, but for UK, most of the times it's free, according to all the things I've seen or all of those I've seen. And even if it's included, it might actually come at the initial deposit part where you need to pay, and then that is it. Do you have application fee waivers or there is nothing like that? So normally application fee waiver, wait, before I deviate, let me understand that before properly. Yeah. So an application fee waiver is an agreement that allows someone to submit an application without paying the mandatory fee. There is literally no mandatory fee for it's not really like they have waived off the fee because there is literally nothing like that. And even if there is, it is part of the deposit you're going to pay and everything. So you don't have to pay anything initially. Someone no. Typically granted when an applicant cannot afford. No, this is not something wavering. They're not wavering it off for you. If there is anything like that, it has to be part of the initial deposit. Yes. Because I know of some schools that have that as part of the initial deposit. You don't have to pay that before. You pay that after you have gotten your admissions and then you are good to go. Yeah, so there's nothing like a waiver. But then they have something like discounts on how you pay your fees, how early you pay your fees. Some of the schools do have that. All right, so there are also some things that we need to talk about. Something like the personal statement I was talking about here. This is what you need to know. Every school needs a special and personalized personal statement. All right. So let's say Alice is going to University of Sunderland. Alice has to write a personal statement that fits the school and the course you have chosen. You can't go and use Uni of Sunderland's um, personal statement you have written for yourself for that particular school for University of Teesside or University College London. You can't do that because they all have different visions, missions, different aspirations according to how it's going to affect your life. So you have to come out and explain very well to them to understand that this is why you had to choose this school, and you can't be doing any random applications. Be focused. Don't lose, because if you start doing that, you will lose yourself at the end of the day. If you're applying for project management courses, apply for project management courses throughout, except you have an interest in all the courses you are applying for and a reason for applying for all the courses you're applying for in different schools. That one is different. But if you don't have an aim, if you don't have an aspiration, because everybody is doing this, you are doing this, you are losing yourself and it doesn't help in the process. I hope this is clear. And please, you should also know that you don't have to wait too long before you start an application. You don't have to have all your items or you have all your documents before you start an application. That is one of the things that you need to know. If you start right now and then the school deems fit that you are okay to attend, the worst thing that they can do is give you a conditional offer. And the conditional offer is when you can also submit all the documents that you need to submit, and that is how it goes. All right. Don't submit. And there's one thing I've also noticed about people, right? When they're submitting documents, they submit like blur documents, unscanned document. The document they're sending is not really giving professional looks. So someone will send a document and then baby akata, dark. Try and then take nice pictures. If you don't know how to take pictures, come and see me. I'll show you. Okay, take nice pictures. Learn how to scan properly with your phone. Make sure that all the lines and grid values are showing. The grid lines are showing. Everything is actually nice. A4, all the four corners name. Let them see what you have. Because at the end of the day, if you cut it into halfway, they cannot see what's at the back. Do you get it? Yeah. It's let's make sure that we are not sending blurry documents or we're not sending anything that is not readable. You should also make sure that you should check your passport, the details in your passport, and then don't also ignore deadlines because if you start ignoring deadlines, they might not take you serious. All right. So that is one of the things that you need to check. All right. So, like I said, you can use your IELTS. Sorry, you can use your WASI to apply for school as part of the English proficiency. Not all universities need you to do the IELTS. Okay, so that is where we can talk about waiver here. So we have the IELTS waiver for some of the schools, and then the threshold or the maximum some of the schools can go is maximum 10 years. So let's say if you completed university from 2015 and above, I mean, if you completed SHS 2015 and above, you can definitely use your WASI as English proficiency. If I had known, I wouldn't have written Juliet. It is a course I read for my school, even though I passed. I wouldn't have written it because I didn't have the knowledge that I could have used my WASI to apply for the course. People are going to do IELTS, and some people have made it so scary that it's scary to do, but it's not really scary as people make it seem. The most important thing is to get the right information, the right document, and then the right state of understanding. You can do it. If I have been able to do it, that means you can do it. But had I known, I wouldn't have done it because if I had known, say, meet me the was, I call for that verification. I would have used that because my English was quite good, and that was a plus. Yeah. So now we are going to do an application. We are going to choose a school. I want you all to give me like a random school. Then we will try the application all together. So let me know anyone from the comment section. Anyone from the comment section can choose a school for us to do the application. We only have like 15 minutes so that we can. Okay, so Kingsford University. Is Kingsford University in the UK? Kingsford University is actually in Ghana. So what at all are you looking for that you cannot find? So so Kingsford University is in Ghana. Am I lying? Guys, please, 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 let's be serious. Please. Okay, so let's go to Bristol University. Oh, Darby, Darby, Darby. Just share your screen. I'm actually on YouTube. I'm coming to share the YouTube screen. Okay. Oh, Alice even said Oxford University. I wish I had seen that earlier. So I'm sharing my YouTube, my screen right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm going to share it this way so that this looks big. So when you enter the Bristol University, like Daniel mentioned in the comments section, you will realize that it comes out like this. All right. So you just go to the University of Bristol homepage. They have an open day, like you're seeing, and you can just go through it to see. All right. You can just go through the whole website to see what they actually have. And after that, you make a choice for yourself. Hmm. Inti, yɛba ha saying na study at Uni of Bristol. I have never opened this portal before, this website before. But then see the way I'm actually glancing through. Okay, it can be your first time. Don't fear, don't shake. It is adding on to your experience. Studying abroad is very good. Me, I won't lie to you. Studying abroad is very, very good. If not for the fact that things are becoming very tight here, sometimes I do understand them, but in spite of that, you should also come and have your experience. If you don't want to stay, that is fine. If you want to go back home after studying, that is absolutely understanding. But at least have a feel of how it feels to study abroad. I have done my masters in Ghana. Yes, I have my first master's and I have my second master's. When I was applying for this current master's, my master's in Ghana wasn't ready. So I did not even touch it at all until I got here. Then everything is sorted out. So I feel like you should advance yourself. Sometimes if you are in, I was talking about this and someone was saying that I am the one making UK laws difficult. No, I'm not making the UK laws difficult. I'm not here to teach you the bad stuff or negative things. People want to study. People want to live where they are, have a different experience. I am just here to share my experience, and I am here to let you know that it's quite nice. It's an amazing opportunity to meet different kinds of people. If you are in this box and you don't go out of the box, how would you know that there is something bigger out of the box? You need to do that. And if you still don't feel like UK is the best place for you to be, that is quite understanding. You can go to US, you can go to Canada, Australia, wherever you want to go to. Just have a few, have the experience. Go to their websites, click on everything you see. Make sure it's not a scam though, but then make sure that you are understanding what you are doing. Have a feel of everything, understand it, and then do it. You are just a click away from your travel opportunities. So don't miss it. When you're done, you can go back home, and that is quite understanding. Yeah. So when it comes to the University of Bristol, this is what their website looks like. Okay. And this is not a paid advertisement for Uni Bristol. No, it is just a way of teaching you how things are done. Lovely. Now, this is their postgraduate programs. All right. And even when you come to their place, yeah, when you come to the Uni of Bristol, they even explain to you why you should choose Bristol, how you should apply it. Oh, so sorry about that. How you should apply it, and after you apply it, and this is for international students. So if you're an international student, you know where you're coming to. You just click on this, and then this is what you need to do. So before you apply, they have an international recruitment team that can provide advice on your application, your admissions process, your program details, your entry requirements, your international qualifications, and probably some scholarships. And then sometimes do they give you country specific information that will help you decide if you have the right for qualifications for your program. So sometimes, like I said, your qualifications might not be the best for that program. Let's say you went to school to do, let's say, agricultural and business, all right? And you want to come to the UK and do something like civil engineering, there is like zero correlation. So this is where the international recruitment team comes into it and explains to you that, oh, Adwoa, you want to do this course, but your qualifications does not fit. And unfortunately, we will have to give you an unfortunately because of this situation. Yes. And then since you are applying as an international student, you should be also mindful that the visa processes can delay, like things can really take time. So you need to act fast, all right? You need to act fast. Make sure that you're doing your things very as quickly as possible just to have the buffer time to make all the errors and the non-errors for you to make it here safely. That is how it works. All right. So they're even explaining to you how to use their system. You can make you can make your application here. You can start a new application. You can continue your application. You can track your submitted application. Right. Now, when it comes to the research, I'm sorry, the postgraduate programs, yeah, they do have two. They have the whatever. Right. They have the thought courses, and then they do have the research programs as well. So if you are somebody that is interested in aerospace, you can do it as masters by research. You can do it as PhD. It's going to be an on-campus delivery method. If you want to do anthropology and archaeology, it's there for you. Biological science, we have the secular and molecular medicine, chest. Oba Hana, nneɛma no a wohia no wobɛnya biribia bi wɔ ha sei. What I say? So let's say we also have some AI, artificial intelligence, and then let's go look for artificial intelligence courses that they do have. And you know how lovely it is to let people know that you have studied in the UK. Like, it's a flex. If not for anything, you have upgraded yourself. So don't sit on it. Don't let people tell you that, oh, UK is hard. Like, it is everywhere. It's hard, but you need this to help you. At least if you're able to graduate from England, you have come a long way, bro. You've come a long way. If you graduate internationally out of your home country, be it Uganda, be it Sierra Leone, be it wherever, Nigeria, you have come a long way, and you have to give yourself the kudos for that. What do I say? So let's look for artificial intelligence. So did I write small letters? Oh, did I spell it correctly? No, that was right though. Anyways, so we are going to look at the courses like one by one and see what they have. Or we can even write a B or management. A. A. Okay, so this means we have to go through it like one by one, right? So they have this, they have that, they have that. I just want something that we can relate. Physics, philosophy. Okay, water and environment. Okay, so let's say MSc water and environmental data science. All right. So if we are choosing this course, you know that, am I sharing it? Oh yeah, it's sharing. Okay. So if you're choosing this course, you know that this is where you come to apply. You apply now from here. Oh no, we don't want to apply for September 2026. We want to apply for um January intake. All right. So it looks like they haven't opened their portals yet. Okay, this is for 2026. Oh, Okay, so they have opened their portals for September 2026. All right, and if you want, you can start doing applications now, and then that is when you can actually come. But I was looking at somewhere spring intake. Okay, so University of Buckingham. Oh, oh, okay, okay, they do. Where are you? Biology, biology course. This is a biology course. No, we don't need this. We don't need this. This is medicine. This is medicine. We don't need this. Yeah, Dr. Fuana. Dabi. Which one of them is this one? So let's go in. Let's go and put in January. No. Okay. Coventry University does that. University of Buckingham. That's what we checked. So okay, so we have seen one here. That's like Nottingham Trent University. Nottingham Trent University. So you can make an inquiry and you can also apply. You can do they do have business finance and management and marketing. So they have these courses and there are these programs. You can choose one of them. So let's say we are choosing MSc management. Let's see whether they have January. Oh yes. So these ones have January 2026. This is Nottingham Trent University. And if you want to do management MSc, you can just go there and start applying. We have spoken about all the things that you need to have to do your application. All that you need to do is to put your email address here, password, you put in a password, or if you have registered already, and if you have not registered, you click on the not registered and then you sign up here, and then that is it. But before you do all of these things, okay, you have to make sure that you know the amount of fees that they are paying for this particular course. All right. So you can click here, or you can scroll down to see. Okay, so fees is one of the most important things you need to check. And this is the amount of fees they are paying for this. And on my side, it is expensive, but if you want, you can go in for that. But I wouldn't advise an international student to go in for this, except for some cases where you really know that this is the exact course that you want to do, and this is what like you know that you're going to do something extremely better out of it. If not, you can get the same course in a different school that will be much lesser. All right. Yeah, so let's be very mindful of that, because don't because sometimes too in this UK, if you don't have the peace of mind, you will not be happy. I'm not sharing my screen here because this is on TikTok. I'm on YouTube, and YouTube it is fully opened for you to see. All right. YouTube has it on like that, so you can really see what I'm doing. So for the first semester, you're going to be learning these ones, and then for the second semester, you are going to be learning this, and then for the third semester, you'll be doing your business project and your consultancy experience project. Yeah. So they will even let you know how you're going to apply, and then they'll let you know your stand after you meet all the conditional offers and everything. And then they'll give you your cash, or sometimes they'll let you pay initial deposit first before they proceed. So my time is almost up. Yeah. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to give like 10 minutes for questions and all of that. Please bear in mind, I am not an immigration advisor. I am not an immigration advisor. I am just here to let you know or share my experience on how I do mine and the kind of things I have learned so far about schools in the UK. Yes. All right. So I'll be here. I'll be waiting for the questions. Anything that you want to ask me regarding it, anything that I need, I will let you know. If I don't know it, I will let you know I do not know. Yes, my screen is not showing because I'm on YouTube and YouTubers saw it. Alice, are you here? Yeah. So Alice was here already. So she saw what we were doing. Yeah, but if you were on TikTok, you have been taking and talking, so you wouldn't know. Okay. Let me go through it to see whether we have any questions around it. Around it. Is it true that after Okay, so is it true after school we have to go back to our country? Yes, it is true. You have to go back to your country because it is very, very important that you realize that in this country you cannot do some of the times you most of the times you will not be able to use your experience very, very well. But in a situation where after you're done with your school, you can apply your experience in your home country, it is very, very ideal for you to go back. All right. Because at the end of the day, who are you improving in this country? They're already improved, they're already doing very well, and they may not need you as much as your home country needs you. That is why when you're choosing a course, you should choose a course that you know that at the end of the day, you will be able to use it and use it well. Because if you're choosing a course just because you want to travel, then it's of no use. But if you're choosing a course, make sure that you are choosing it based on your aspirations and what you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, if you go and choose a course that you cannot make use of it, then you are just wasting money. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your resources, and that is what I need to let you know. Yeah, he said, please. Oh, I you can try. Can I take a reference from my unit this month and use it next year? You can next year. What do you mean by next year? Because if next year is in January and you're looking for it to come in January, you have to take your reference now and start the application process. But if you're talking about next year September, I can't vouch for that. I can't really confirm. I don't know. But make sure it's recent. Okay. At least it should be I don't know, but it should be recent. It should be recent. And if the school doesn't like it, they will let you know that they don't like this reference and they would want you to get something most like most closer to the application or something like that. That's what I believe though. Arthur, no. All right, about cool. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's YouTube. Guys, I'm so grateful, and I want to say a very big thank you for staying up to this time, especially those two YouTubers that are still here. I want to say thank you so much. I always appreciate the minimum numbers because I can get to see you, I can get to reach out to you, I can get to talk to you and make you feel like I'm talking to you in particular, right? But then if you missed it and then you are also here to watch, it is also for me to say that you have done very well for making it up to this end. And also, I want to say a very big thank you as well. If you have any other question, you can just drop it into the comment section and I will review it when it pops on my notification. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Au revoir. So, guys, I'm going back to TikTok. We ended it. We made it. Wait, how do I end it? All right. All right.